السلام عليكم everyone and welcome to my channel. في هذا الفيديو إن شاء الله غادي نديروا مع بعض اختبار اللغة الإنجليزية في المستوى المتقدم. It means C1 and C2 levels. لكن هذه المرة ما غاديش ندير كل مستوى والأسئلة تاعو، بل غادي ندير لهم أسئلة مشتركة، لأنه مستوى C1 قريب جدا من مستوى C2، يعني بالكاد نقدروا نفرقوا بيناتهم. واللي مازال ما اختبرش نفسه في المستوى المبتدئ والمستوى المتوسط نخلي لكم لي فيديو يطلعوا لكم على شاشة. Let's dive in. And between brackets إلا ما كفاتكمش 3 ثواني تقدروا ديروا بوز لا فيديو وتخموا في الإجابة قبل ما نمدلكم أنا الإجابة الصحيحة. Which of the sentences uses the passive perfect infinitive? The correct answer is C. Alexa should have been informed of the changes. The passive perfect infinitive structure is as follows: has, have, or had been plus the past participle of the verb. Question number 2. Parental divorce is assumed to have effects on children. The correct answer is C. Deleterious. Parental divorce is assumed to have deleterious effects on children. Deleterious means harmful or damaging. However, authentic means real, and decisive means to take a decision quickly. Question number 3. If I had known you were coming. The correct answer is B. I would have bought a cake. If I had known you were coming, I would have bought a cake. Here we are talking about something in the past that didn't happen. Yes, it is conditional type 3. If plus past perfect would have plus past participle. Question number 4. Choose the correct option. The correct answer is B. You won't have heard the news yet. Why? Here we have the keyword yet. And yet is used when we talk about things that started in the past and continue now in the present perfect in negative statements and questions. Negative statements, as in here, you won't have heard the news yet. You won't means will not in the negative. And question, for instance, have you read the book yet? Have you read the book yet? Question. All right, question number 5. My mother often dozes in front of the TV after lunch. The correct answer is B. Off. My mother often dozes off in front of the TV after lunch. The phrasal verb to doze off means to fall asleep without wanting to. Doze off. Question number 6. The package should arrive your doorstep by tomorrow morning, the latest. The correct answer is C. The package should arrive at your doorstep by tomorrow morning at the latest. Question number 7. Many Latin words survive in English. Latin has not been spoken for centuries. The correct answer is B. Even though. Many Latin words survive in English even though Latin has not been spoken for centuries. Here, the connector even though is expressing concession. Just like although, despite the fact that, in spite the fact that, etc. Question 8. The journalist reported that the city was crisis. The correct answer is A. On the brink of. The journalist reported that the city was on the brink of crisis. If you go to the brink of something, it means you're very close to doing it or having it. In the region of means about. For example, I might say, I spent in a region of $100. That is, I spent for about $100. On the grounds of, on the other hand, means because of. I might say civilians have been deported on the grounds of national security. Question 9. By the time we arrive, the kids to bed. The correct answer is C. Will have gone. By the time we arrive, the kids will have gone to bed. By the time is a prepositional phrase that is followed by a clause that either relates to time frame for viewing the progress or completion of the activity in the main clause, or includes an activity having duration and an endpoint. As you can see in this example, is relative completion time, and more specifically, future perfect prediction. Why? Because the by clause includes the future time frame, and the future time frame includes the present simple, present continuous, future simple, and future continuous. So if one of these is included in the by time clause, the relative clause, I'm talking about the verb that is in the relative clause will be in the future perfect, just like in here. Question number 10. Choose the correct definition for the adjective taught. Just between brackets, taught American and taught British. The correct answer is C. Tight or completely stretched. 11. If the decision before she arrived, she would have been furious. The correct answer is C. Had been taken. If the decision had been taken before she arrived, she would have been furious. Alright, this sentence is 3 in 1. How that? 3 lessons are included here. Let's start from the beginning. If, so we have the lesson conditional type 3. Again, before, the keyword before, lesson of expressing time. Excellent. The third lesson is the passive voice, because we don't know who had taken the action or who had taken the decision. As we know, the rule of conditional type 3 is if plus past perfect would have plus past participle. But since here we don't know who had taken the decision, we have to include the passive voice. So it is had been taken. 12. Fill in the missing verb below to complete the verbal expressions. To a party, to a hard bargain, to a tooth, to a taste. We say to throw a party, to drive a hard bargain, to cut a tooth, to acquire a taste. To drive a hard bargain means to strongly defend a position that is very much to your advantage when reaching an agreement. However, to acquire a taste means that you get used to something that you didn't used to like. I hope it's clear. 13. Do you think we will make it in time? Actually, here we have 2 options. It means 2 correct statements. We can say, I don't suppose so, or I suppose not. A is incorrect because we can't have double negations in one statement. 14. John was eagerly her arrival. The correct answer is B. Anticipating. John was eagerly anticipating her arrival. To anticipate is to expect that something will happen. Just like here, John is anticipating her arrival, meaning he is expecting her arrival. 15. Luckily, the rescue came. The correct answer is C, in the nick of time. Luckily, the rescue came in the nick of time. In the nick of time is an idiom that means at the last possible moment. So here the rescue came at the last possible moment. 16. There is a lot of surrounding the takeover of the company. The correct answer is B, controversy. There is a lot of controversy surrounding the takeover of the company. Controversy means that there is a lot of disagreement about something. However, conformity is the behavior that follows the usual standards that are expected by society. Compliance, on the other hand, is the act of obeying laws and rules. 17. This short training session is if you want to start working in the department. The correct answer is C, compulsory. This short training session is compulsory if you want to start working in a department. Compulsory means obligatory, mandatory. All these are synonyms of compulsory. Indistinct is something which is not clear, and evasive is to answer someone in an indirect way or in a way which is not clear. So far, so good? Question 18. I'd like to put a suggestion, if I may. The correct answer is A, forward. I'd like to put forward a suggestion, if I may. To put forward is to state an idea or opinion or to suggest a plan for other people. Question number 19. Eric told me that he in Spain the previous year. The correct answer is B, had been working. Eric told me that he had been working in Spain the previous year. Here is the reported speech. Normally, the direct statement or the direct speech was, Eric told me, we open the quotations, I was working in Spain the previous year. When we put it in the indirect speech, it will be, just like here, Eric told me that he had been working in Spain the previous year. Why? Because here we have the reporting verb in the past simple. So it will be, the past continuous will be past perfect continuous. I hope it's clear. Now let's test your listening skill. You're gonna listen to a job interview and then what you're gonna do is to answer the questions. Actually, you have 2 tasks to accomplish. Let's begin. Hello, Maria. Thanks for coming in for the interview. It's my pleasure. Thanks for inviting me. Well, as you know, the company has been expanding and we have an opening in our HD department. We're creating a new role for someone to lead our training and development within the company. Yes, I think that my skills and experience are a good fit for what you're looking for. That sounds great. So your CV looks strong, though it would be good if you could give us an overview, in your own words, of what you've been doing over the past 4 years or so. Well, in my first job 4 years ago, I was working for a small HR services provider which offered HR services, including L&D, to corporate clients. Okay, so it was B2B. Yes, we only offered services to other companies, not B2C. Right, and it says here you then left that company about 3 years ago. Yes, that's right. I was looking for a little more stability and also to be part of a larger organization. So I joined a company with around 100 staff and a small HR team. As there are only a few of us, we each deal with a range of HR topics. In addition to payroll, one of the areas I was responsible for was learning and development. I see. And so, why do you want to change jobs now? Well, I very much like the L&D side of my role, and I've always had particularly good feedback for my work in this area. I believe I excel in that field. So I'm looking to specialize, and as your company has around 2,000 people, right? Yes, that's right. Well, an organization of this size would give me the scope to specialize in L&D. I'm also a big follower of your brand and feel fully aligned with your image and values. Well, that all sounds good, and I can see you have an L&D qualification. Yes, I got a diploma 2 years ago. I'm also currently working on a further diploma in psychology with a specific focus on learning and performance management. Very good. Well, it looks like you have the qualifications and experience we're looking for. What do you think will be the main challenges of coming to a much larger company? I can see that it might be perceived as a weakness to not have experience in an organization of this size, though I see that it could also be a benefit. I won't be bringing too many preconceived and possibly inflexible ideas with me to the role. Yes, that would be a good thing. Also, I'm used to taking a very personal approach to employee development. I realize that such an approach with 2,000 staff members will have to happen in a different way, but I bring many ideas with me that can be replicated on a larger scale. I see what you mean. Right, so do you have any questions for me? I think we've covered many of the areas I had wanted to address. I have 2 quick questions though. Go on. Who would I mostly work with on a daily basis? Well, there's the HR manager who you would report to, and then the HR team, which currently has 6 people in it. There's usually an intern or 2 who you can get some support from also. Okay, thanks. That's all really clear. And my other question is how performance in this role will be measured. What does success look like? That's a good question. As you know, we have a performance management system in place, and from that, we have identified some learning and development needs within the organization, but we haven't devised a strategy. Your role would be to devise and then successfully implement this strategy. Thank you. That sounds interesting. Great. So thanks again for coming in today. We'll be discussing all candidates next week. And then I'll get back to you by the end of next week to let you know the outcome. Thank you for your time. I'd welcome the opportunity to continue discussing this role with you. Task number 1. Choose the correct answers. 4 years ago, Maria worked for a small HR services provider. The correct answer is A. In the B2B sector. Maria has been in her current job. The correct answer is B. For 3 years. Maria's current role is focused. The correct answer is B. On a number of HR topics. Maria. The correct answer is C. Both options are true. Maria will need to. The correct answer is B. Devise and implement an L&D strategy. Maria. The correct answer is A. We'll hear back from them next week. Task number 2. Complete the sentences. First sentence. Maria feels her skills and experience are for the company. Maria feels her skills and experience are a good fit for the company. Sentence number 2. Maria changed jobs because she was looking for more. Maria changed jobs because she was looking for more stability. Sentence number 3. She was for learning and development. She was responsible for learning and development. Sentence number 4. She feels with the company's brand and values. She feels aligned with the company's brand and values. Sentence number 5. She's used to taking an approach to L&D. She's used to taking a personal approach to L&D. Sentence number 6. Her ideas can be on a larger scale. Her ideas can be replicated on a larger scale. Sentence number 7. She would to the HR manager. She would report to the HR manager. Sentence number 8. Performance will be in different ways. Performance will be measured in different ways. That's it. Tell me about your score. If your score was between 15 and 20, amazing. That means you have a high level in English. However, if your score was under 15, I recommend to repeat other tests and have other tests to improve your English. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Take care.